What's up, everybody? Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's do the intro quickly and just go straight into it. Don't have like a lot of time. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. My name is Perseverance Maremeni, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self Love. If you're joining me for the first time, welcome to the family of healing, self love, and motivation. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continuous love and support that you are showing me. Yes, I am tired. I'm seeing a comment from Cyril Rector saying, "You sound tired." I am tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. Physically, I'm tired emotionally. Physically, I'm tired because I was just doing a whole lot of cleaning in the house, and the whole time when I was cleaning, I was thinking to myself, God, give me more money. I need to afford people to do these things for me. But emotionally, I'm tired because of what is actually happening in our country, which is very much not pleasant. I was supposed to go live yesterday, but I was just emotionally drained. I was just so drained to a point where I couldn't even get myself to do the live. And yesterday was just one of those days where I feel like, the lives that we have, the recordings that we have, that we do them like before, those are so much better, because then we don't have to worry much about airing times. When we say we're going to be live at 7 the video is going live, but these ones where it's like streaming, live streaming, it needs you to be there. And as you're already picking up the fact that I'm already tired, it then says that you understand my situation. Hello, Darren. Hello. Okay, I think maybe Darren requested accidentally. He's not supposed to be here. But anyway, there's just a few things that I want us to talk about. First of all, obviously, being the last live that we did. The last live that we did was actually very, very heavy. For those who have actually not watched it, please, if you check the pinned video, one of the pinned videos here on TikTok that I have is a video of it's a small clip which was taken from the live that we did on Wednesday, and we were just addressing this whole thing of Olorato, Mungale, and everything that's just happening, and the stories that are developing around her case. So after all of that, it was heavy. If you haven't watched it, you can go ahead and watch it. It's available on YouTube. It's the last stream that I did. So from that one, Darren says, sorry, I requested by mistake. Might as well join as the conversation continues. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for staying. But anyway, yeah, as I was still saying that from the live that we did on Wednesday, you can go check it out if you haven't checked it out. It's there on YouTube, where we're discussing about this whole thing that happened to Olorato, and people just, because obviously, if you are part of the community, you know that we talk about relatability. When people speak about stuff that they've been through, we talk about relatability. Can people relate, and all that stuff. So the live was heavy because people who were or who are going through something similar, who almost got killed and all that stuff, were just sharing how much of a trigger this whole thing is. And from that live, the weight was so heavy. On Thursday, I woke up heavy and tired emotionally, so much that even later on, we couldn't even do the live. I tried to do some retail therapy here and there, but it was still so heavy. Today, I was supposed to go live at 7, but still I was just trying to distract myself and be busy with other things, because that's just how heavy it was. But yeah, I just thought to myself, let's just do a quick one, even if it's not going to be that long, because I have to be somewhere by 8:30, so I'm hoping that maybe 30 minutes. I don't know if it's ever going to be possible, but yeah, that's all that we have for today. So before we go to what I want us to talk about for today, obviously it's just an ongoing story of what is happening to us as a country. But I just wanted to make an announcement that for those who have been, because I see a lot of people have been reaching out to us, regarding the issue of Gugu. Gugu is a lady who joined in the live on Wednesday, and she said that her brother is in prison as we speak because he decided to take a pistol, and shoot at her boyfriend or baby daddy, and the guy passed, but he was sentenced to prison for murder. And the reason why he decided to take the law into his own hands was because the guy was torturing the family, was torturing his sister, and he almost buried her alive. It was just a whole lot of mess, guys. Like, it was really bad, so much that after them being terrorized so much by this guy, as a family, the brother decided to, take one for the team, shoot, and that was just it. And so people have been trying to reach out saying they want to see this brother because he's a hero. It was in self-defense because he was defending his sister. And they've been reaching out, on our number. And I just wanted to say that, unfortunately, because while we were live that on Wednesday, I tried to follow back Gugune, but unfortunately, Gugu's account was privatized. So, meaning that I was keeping my fingers crossed the whole time since Wednesday that she's going to accept my request so that I will have access to her DMs. And because a lot of people have reached out trying to help her. So I'm just hoping, if Gugu, you are watching this live, because I can't remember her surname, if you are watching this live, my sister, just know that I'm looking for you. The people who really want to help. And there are those who are saying, can't there be something done for her so that maybe the brother's case can be reviewed and, what do you call this thing, appealed and all that stuff so that he can be released. But I'm praying, I'm just praying that Google reaches out and we see how we can help her, because that's literally my prayer at this point. But yeah, that's all I have on Google for now. And moving on, still on the same story of everything that's just happening around Olorato, guys. Like, it's heavy stuff. The new developments that I saw, which are one of the reasons why we are here today, is I saw right now, just before going live, I saw on the news that apparently the mother of the main suspect called the suspect, and told him that the police are looking for him. So it obviously that says then she helped him, she was trying to help him escape and all that stuff, meaning that that's also a criminal offense. And also the father apparently was brought in for questioning and all that stuff, So it makes me wonder that if you were ever to be in that position, as a parent, where the mom and dad, yes, the mom and she said the mom and dad, yes, the mom and dad are also now, they're not yet charged, but they're looking into, I forgot, guys. I'm not into law, so I don't know these terminologies that these people use. But basically, they found that the mom and the dad kind of help with the situation, Gift says you're beautiful, sis. Thank you so much, my darling. So then my question says to you guys, because guys, there's just a lot. Before we get to your opinion as a person about this whole thing of the guy of the parents actually helping the guy, I wanted us to address the issue of the fact that these guys were out on bail, and the fact that because they were out on bail, they then went ahead and committed another crime, which it was like a similar modus operandi, ne? So then people were now questioning the justice system, which then says, why were these people released, because now we are angry at the judge who decided to grant them bail. And the issue now then around that is the legal system. We came together as a country and we decided that there are people who are being wrongfully arrested, there are people who are first-time offenders, then those people deserve bail, they deserve to be trialed while they're outside. And there are people that, and the judge, when they grant that bail, Miss Fufu says the fact that they were out on bail on such a crime. Yikes. Yeah, because they were out on bail for, you would please do correct me if I'm wrong, for, is it mugging that lady using the same modus operandi, ne? They're in custody because of trying to defeat the ends of justice. Apparently, okay, that suspect is number. Okay, yeah, defeating the ends of justice. That's why they are now in for questioning the parents now of suspect number one. South African laws fails us as a country. Absolutely, because it always goes back to Gugu from our previous life, sister, brother who is now in prison, because the law failed to help Gugu to get this guy locked up. The brother ended up having to take the law into his own hands, killing the baby daddy. Now the justice system is functioning very well because Gugu's brother is behind bars, Then it then says, because I heard some lady speaking saying, if we are not satisfied, if we are not happy with how things are being done as a country when people are being arrested, then we should come together again and change some of these things, to say that what crimes should actually be qualifying people to not get bail. So then it says that nobody wants to be accountable or say, yeah, well, as the judge who was presiding over the matter, it's my fault that that child was killed. No, it's not my fault. I was just following the rules which were written by all of you guys who are here, you see? So it's like now we are playing the blame game. So what is the way forward with that, Because so does it mean that the people who are out on bail right now, should they now be collected and be brought in, And now another thing is that, thank you so much, Eggy saying that I can tell you that you're beautiful, Mama. Thank you so much. Now that these guys, and I remind you guys, I've had a couple of, what do you call this, ex-convicts on my channel, ne? Even this coming Sunday, I'm going to be airing an episode of it's an elderly man, a father who was arrested. He says that he was falsely arrested because he used to be a parole guy who caught some guys they were about to steal. Then they took them, they handed it over to their superiors. Then these guys were beaten up by the community. Then when the police came, after the job has been done, they said, who is responsible for this? Who started this? So that guy, who is the patrol officer, ended up being the one, together with others, who had to spend time behind bars, because of, he says it's mob justice. So then it says, it seems like the police do show up, but when it's a little too late, or what is it? What can we call this that is happening? Because when justice is needed, it's not arriving on time until people take the law into their own hands. Then those who take the law into their own hands are the ones that must suffer the mighty arm of the law, the mighty hand of the law. So now, going back to the issue of our children, let's say, God forbid, I'm just going to give this as an example. You are sitting here on this live today, you love your children with all of your heart, and your children turn into being scammers, they turn into being these people, they decide not to go to school, they decide not to follow your orders or your grooming, and then they turn out to be this. So we have people that come out of prison and their parents still welcome them home and they still love them, meaning that even these boys with these crimes that they were committing, their parents were loving them, ne? And now the parents, to what extent do you as a parent say, Lord, let your will be done? I'm actually going to help the police find my child and lock him up because he's a threat to women. When do you do that? When do you say that offenders have more rights than victims? It's really sad. I'm telling you, my sister, I'm telling you, Olorato, it's the truth of the matter. This is so sad. So, like I was still saying, guys, already, to what extent do you drop your child, you know? Because I know that if it was just a friend or if it was just someone you know in the family and whatever, you can easily drop them even for something so simple like they lied, I don't know, white lie or something. You just drop them like that. But we're talking about your child now, you know. To what extent do you as a parent contribute to your child actually running away from the police? What are you hoping to achieve? You know, because for me, I feel like, I don't know, maybe the way I'm thinking or the way I'm wired, it's because I can't relate, because I don't have a child who's committed a crime like that. Therefore, I can't tell those who have children who have committed crime like that how to behave when those crimes have been committed or when their children have committed such crimes. You know, maybe you have a sibling, a brother, a family member who committed a crime and they came to hide at home. What do you do as a family member? What do you do as a brother, as a sister? Do you hide your brother? Do you help them escape? Or do you call the police and say, this is for your own good, for you to go and be rehabilitated? You know, what is the first instinct that you do? I know that we once had a guest here on our podcast. Her name, I can't remember her name was Karabo, yes. That called her husband, who was accused of assaulting children in the church. And when the police came to look for him, he called the guy and said, my guy, come back, the police are looking for you. People were now saying this lady actually helped her husband escape, you know. They said that she's just as guilty as the husband. You get what I mean? So to what extent do you know, people defend their abusive brothers, uncles, husbands, etc. What of their own flesh and blood? You know what? But you know the thing is, my thought about that, Erin Gloom, thank you so much, Pometsa. My submission on that issue of protecting your abusive brother or whatever is that they are going to turn and abuse you also. You know, how many times have we ever had people, family members, taking each other to the police and all that stuff? How many times have we had brothers, uncles raping kids in the homes and all that stuff? You know, it happens more often than not. So then it says, now my question to you is, if somebody is capable of doing something that big as a crime, why are you protecting a criminal who eventually, when they've run out of victims, you're going to be the victims at home? Or maybe they even started at home before they can be victims, before they can victimize other people out there. So to what extent do you protect a family member who is doing a criminal activity? Because now my own 2 cents, you know, I feel like if you're protecting somebody who committed a certain crime, then you are just as guilty as that person for the same crime. I don't know, maybe I'm too harsh, you know, maybe I'm too harsh by that notion, but I feel like, why you, if I want to commit a crime, I will commit a crime myself. I'm not going to be responsible or liable to being your alliance in the crimes that you committed alone when I was not there. Paulina, hi, Dipuo, hi guys, welcome. You know, and also another thing, guys, just the raise in these whole things that are happening now. Yo, it's a lot. But yeah, basically that is my submission, and I think because now I have to love you and leave you guys. We will take the communication and we will continue with it there by YouTube's. The comment section will be open there so that we engage further. To say, as a parent, you know, as a sister to a guy who, or a girl, you know, who is somebody who is not a law-abiding citizen, who is going around committing these crimes, as a sibling, as a family member, as someone who is related to someone who is a criminal, do you blow the whistle and say, police, mapoisa, here's this person, he's hiding behind this thing, He's right here. Come and get him. Do you do that? You know? Do you, or if you do something like that, you are going to end up being like, hand him over to the police. Now the mother hates my brother. Hey, who, Kesa, your story is a half, my sister. Or maybe I missed the first part of your story. Maybe I missed the first part. I'm not seeing anything else that you wrote. Did you wanna request and just share quickly with us what you are saying? Because me, I'm not seeing what you are saying. And now, mind you guys, another episode that we had previously on the podcast, before we wrap up, I'm gonna wrap up just now. She says she handed her brother to the police and now the mom hates her. Oh, okay. Your mom hates you for handing over your brother to the police, but your mom is the one who gave birth to the criminal. Why can't she be mad at herself? If she wants to be mad at anyone for the problem of the criminal, she must be mad at herself. I know that we don't teach our kids to be criminals and all that stuff, but I feel like if you have no right to be mad at anyone who is doing the right thing. So clearly, if you didn't want the right thing to be done, you are as bad as your son. I'm sorry to say this. Malisiba says that it is foolish love. The very same family members who protect these criminals are also tormented by them at home. Yes, you know, we as the people, we have got this mentality already. Where there's no dustbin for a human being. So because there's no dustbin for a human being, where must I throw my child, even if he's a criminal, even if he's a smoker, even if he's a what and a what and a what. But for as long as whatever they're doing is not a criminal, it's not a crime, it's fine. But once they start being problematic towards other people and abusing other people, then they must be rehabilitated. Since well, you can't rehabilitate them at home, rehabilitate them by the police. Now there's no prison anymore. It's correctional services. Hand them over so that they can be corrected, since well they can be corrected at home. You know, Mr. KD Dan, hi darling, I'm good, thanks, how are you? The poor, now I will be the first to call the police. I will never condone any wrongdoing. If you do something wrong, family or no family, you must face the law. Absolutely. And some people think that when you say something like that, when I they think you are too strict, you are too serious about life. You think you are better. You think it will never happen to you. The truth of the matter is you can wake up now and go out here and you kill someone and you go to jail. Unfortunately, you can't entirely be safe and free from that. But it then says, Hori, if you have been faced with the situation, then you must dance to the music. I'm seeing Mashudu. Sitori Mela. Can you please request as a guest, Mashudu? Please request as a guest instead of a co-host. Yes, I think we should do that because they might do it to you or your kids. Absolutely. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that when Nandi Disa, you know, because if they can do it to somebody else, then they can definitely do it to you. You know, once they run out of clients outside, they're coming home. You know, they're coming home. So if it means that every single one of us, one day we're going to face the mighty hand of the law because of some criminal activities that we're still going to do in the future, then that means we will face them there. You know, just because maybe today I'm making so much noise about people facing the hand of the law, it doesn't mean when it's my turn to face the hand of the law for whatever criminal activity I have done, I must not face it. I must still face it the same way. You understand what I mean? Wrong is wrong, whether family or not. Author. I absolutely agree with you, Author. I absolutely agree with you. And yeah, I think that then takes us to the very end of our thingy. Oh, before we end it, guys, the one thing that I was still saying was that this girl, there's a lady that we once interviewed on our podcast who was a single mom. No, she was not a single mom. She was a mom of 4 kids, and the firstborn, she found her boyfriend when she had the firstborn. They had twins, and then they had the lastborn. Then she found a video in her boyfriend's phone, because they were staying together, of him fiddling with the vulva of the child. The child, I think, was around 9. I could be wrong with the dates and the times and all that. So she called the police on him. She confronted him, you know. And now the sister-in-law, I remember we even posted the voice note of the sister-in-law here saying, hey, you are a dog, uncha. You want to eat my brother's money. That's why you got him arrested. You are stupid. And all that stuff. The sister was swearing at her for getting the brother arrested, and saying, oh, that child is not even my brother's child and all that stuff. Like, and the investigating officer also was saying, no, drop this one of sexual assault and focus on the protection order, which then also is such a reckless thing to say. Why are you even working with such things if you are going to give people such advices? The only person who seemed to have been doing the right thing was that lady, because she is the mother and she wanted justice for her child, and everybody around her seemed to have turned their backs against her because of her wanting to do the right thing. But that doesn't change the fact that she's still the hero, and when the child grows up, she will see her mother for the hero that she is, for trying to do the right thing. So it's not easy. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because when you do the right thing, there are going to be people who will come and crucify you. When you do the wrong thing, we're going to crucify you, and the police are going to be here looking for you also. So it's double the problem when you do the wrong thing. You get what I mean? Dipuo says, Madam Speaker, my brother ki addict ya nyaopene and o senyetsa batho, and nna ke ba boditse ka re do whatever ele bonang ele, cause now I took him to rehab, but still I wasted my money for nothing. Yo, my sister, and I can only imagine when you have done your best, before you hang the jersey and you're like, listen, I'm done with this person, it's because you did your very, very best, and your best was not enough. And like, I do understand to a certain degree, this thing, drug addiction, it's a sickness on its own. Like, addiction is a sickness on its own. So it's sad. I feel sad. I always feel sad for the addict, but at the same time, just because that person has that sickness and is an addict doesn't mean that when they now break the law, then they must not face the justice, because they still should. Kolani Mashima Mas Simango. Hi Mama, hello. Yeah, but anyway, that's that. My P4 says, yes, I remember the voice note. Police are useless. Family dances to the breadwinners. You are on your own. You are on your own. You are on your own. You're on your own. That's why, as ladies, I know we have a lot of problems, guys. I know it's not everybody who's in the mood to hearing me saying this right now. But I feel like I need to just say that, ladies, let's try to see how we can be independent. Let's try and see how we can be independent. A little bit of money that comes in, it is like it's like a what? It's like a boundary. Yeah, money is a boundary. Money is a wall that you build, so that there are certain things you don't have to tolerate just because you don't have a source of income. So I'm not trying to stress you to say, hey, hurrying. I'm not trying to stress you by saying you are not looking for jobs, you're not trying your best. I know you are, but I'm just saying, I want to emphasize on us being independent as women. Independence. I know that in the country like South Africa, where you are not safe anywhere, regardless of who you are, the job you do, no one is safe. But being able to stand on your feet, it makes it just a little bit better, because then, of all the problems that we have, you are able to eliminate at least one, then that means that you don't have to tolerate abuse voluntarily because you don't have money, you don't have a source of income. But if you, on top of already the problems that we have, the fact that when I'm walking down the road, somebody can kill me, the fact that I'm by the robot, somebody can kill me, I'm in the bathroom, somebody can come and rape me, and all that stuff, on top of all of that, if at least I can eliminate me being able to tolerate abuse because that person is buttering my bread, then it's -1, you understand? It doesn't solve all of my problems. It just solves one out of a bucket full of problems. You get what I mean? So let's try our level best and see, let's sell whatever that we have to sell. Let's be car guards if we have to. Let's wear a reflector jacket and go by the malls there, help people, even if they are hitting, you don't know how you're directing them. Come, oh sorry, come and see what you have done. It's better than just you know, I need money, I slept hungry, and what, because that's how we become vulnerable, you know, and easy target. I once did, I think last year in December, during the 16 days of activism, I was doing a campaign with Nedbank, which was based on the research here for 99% of abusive relationships, they include financial abuse, you know. So financial abuse is always in the basket of abusive relationships, you know, 99% of the times, meaning that it's not that it's always the problem, but if you could eliminate that, maybe the percentage can drop if every woman can use finances or independence as a weapon to protect themselves. You get what I mean? It doesn't protect you entirely, but it does to a certain degree. It's like you are having a bulletproof vest. Just because you have a bulletproof vest, it doesn't mean you won't die when they shoot you. It means that chances of you dying, they've been at least reduced a bit. You get what I mean? Yeah. Dipuo says, Bona na, you do crime, you must face the law, because I can't be responsible for my kids, myself, and other adults who do wrong, and I must shield him. Yo, it's too much, but I really understand, my darling. I really understand your sentiment, and I share your sentiment exactly. Kolani says, can you advise me to become a content creator on YouTube? Yo, that's another thing altogether, Kolani. The thing is, when we are here on my channel, because we are doing serious stuff, it becomes a bit of a challenge. But I can refer you. You can use the number which is on my bio to reach out to my team, and then they will refer you to people who actually they do that. Part of their profile, their job profiles is to train people to become YouTubers. Eh? Yeah, now they're still giving me training on things that I don't understand. Yeah, people from Sense Studios, they do that. Malisiva says that mama who tipped her son about the police made a terrible choice. If she had let them find and arrest him, he would still be alive, but in prison. Now he's dead and she has to live with it forever. Not only does she have to live with that, now instead of her mourning for a child who's a criminal, she also has to be taken in for questioning. Double the problem that she could have solved just once. You see, that's the problem right there. Lungi M says, hello, Madam Speaker. Kasile says, too much, my brother, too much, Lungi. Lungs. Best of the best. Good, big love. Thank you so much. Yo. Okay, I think other comments are coming from people who are drunk. I don't know them. They're asking me about California, USA. My brother, we're in South Africa and we're having our serious issues here. Please. The boss says, yo, madam, financial abuse, yo, I lost my job in 2020 and now I am selling mashonja and I'm making so much money. Bro, let me tell you, these hustles that people underestimate, they can bail you out. They can bail you out of a lot of things. I think a lot of us, the one thing that we struggle or we suffer from, more than anything, our biggest downfall will always be pride. You know, what will people say? I remember some weeks ago, we had a lady who has been communicating with my team for a while, you know, for a long while. And this lady just came with demands. It's just that I didn't want to address it because I felt like, you know what, we have bigger problems as a country. We had problems of negligence of the hospital, bodies being exhumed. Like, we just had too many problems that I felt like I don't even want to address this lady, you know. Molo standby. So the lady also says that, like, let's say she's living in an apartment like this and she's paying maybe, let's say, 11,000, and her child is going to Curo and everything as well. Then she loses her job, and then she then comes and says, please, Madam Speaker has influence. Please get me money for rent, get me money for my child's school fees, my stationery, it's 4,000, what? How, my sister, we don't have money as a foundation. Yeah, you don't have money. but you have influence. If you have the influence, people can come. You know, I'm like, Aipo, if I knew I had that much influence, even me self, I was not going to be paying every month though. I was just going to say, influence, come to me, buy me a house. Influence, come to me, buy me a car. I literally had to start from scratch. I had to drive my father's Ford Focus that didn't have wipers, and I was wiping with the potato. Cut the potato in half, apply it on the screen. I suffered. And I did it publicly, and I was like, guys, this is the reality of my life. I am going from beggar to sparrow. This is my version of rock bottom. And then when you are saying, Uri, somebody must pay for you that much rent. And mind you, one of the admins is staying in Soweto, is staying in a room. The child is going to a government school. And when you are saying, Uri, you don't want to downgrade, when you want to stay there where you are, somebody must fund you. And that somebody is me. Guys, here's the confidence that people have in me. If I believe that one day it will come to life. The confidence that people have in me in terms of my pocket and my connections. Yo, Jesus Christ, I pray that one day it comes to life and I will be swimming in money. Guys, you got too much confidence in me. That time I'm harassing. 9 to 5. I'm harassing. Side hustling. Just so that ends can meet. But someone just says, you have influence, Madam Speaker, make it happen. I'm so disappointed. Then she comes back again. I'm so disappointed in you. I'm so disappointed in you. Why are you not making a plan? My sister, I'm also disappointed in myself. I can't make a plan for myself. I'm disappointed. It's your GG belt that makes them think that you have money. My sister, I already spoke about the GG stuff. Back in 2022, I used to have money and I was on a mission to just blow money. Money that I have, I blew. Money I have, I blew. I was just buying. If you look at me now, today in 2025, the GG belt, you will only see one GG belt, which I bought when I was blowing money in 2022. Yes, I have got a couple of, maybe 5-6 pair of Gucci shoes. But you will not see a new release. It's still the same old one. Now I'm back to being serious about life. All my money is going into serious things. I'm a mother, I'm a parent, I'm a homeowner. I was crying on Facebook just yesterday saying, I'm still sleeping on an air mattress, guys. I need to buy a bed. These things are costing 20,000, 30,000. I must still buy sofas. Guys, must I show you my couch? Let me show you my couch so that you understand, or before you ask me for money. Look at that. It's even flattening. It's flat. The other couch that you see me having is in the other house where I used to stay. You understand? Here where I am now, this is my version of rock bottom. I'm starting. I have a house. Let me show you my stand. Let me show you. See that? Look at how tiny that thing is. There's no sofa there. It's empty. But someone is coming here saying, now I must organize for them to pay rent of how many thousands? I don't know. Guys, when you guys wake up in the morning, la fulwa, you go down, you deliga, you descend the bed. Ne? La fulwa ne? Me, when I wake up in the morning, I ascend. I stand up. I'm sleeping on an air mattress. It's an air mattress. You see this? Let me show you. This is real life. This is not a joke. You see this one? Is a hand pump. I must still pump that mattress before I sleep. I must still pump the mattress before I sleep. I must pump it. I'm still getting up when I wake up in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, I get up. I don't wake up in the morning and get down. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah? You get what I mean? But people are expecting me to make plans of paying the rent, 11,000 and 4,000 and what. My sister, start from scratch. Start from scratch. At your own pace. If it means you must go back home, go back home. Me now on full display, guys. You saw me leaving my house, full display. Then I went and I stayed in a place that, Jesus, I don't even want to talk about where I'm staying in the other town where I stay. I don't even want to say a lot because my employer will think I'm ungrateful, and I'm grateful that they gave me a roof over my shoulder, over my head. I'm very grateful. Hi everybody, welcome. The trans queen, I love you so much. You will be back. Got track, sister. Yo. Amen, amen. I called your PA. Let's make a bed for you, sis. Queen Yama Plugs. Queen Yama Plugs, please text her again now and say it's Queen Yama Plugs. I was on the live because I'm so stressed, guys. I said on Facebook that my stress is that I'm not finding the style that I want, you know. I just want ethnic colors and something unique and nice and cute and everything. And I haven't started. Guys, I still need a dining table there and chairs. If you could see the amount of time I spend on the internet looking for these things. And mind you, it's not like I have money city. I'm going to be laid by you. Guys, rock bottom will teach you to appreciate everything in life. But some of you feel like, no, perseverance. She hit rock bottom so that some of us don't have to hit rock bottom. So whenever we have to hit rock bottom, she will do like this. We will be here on her back. Aye, my sister. Everybody must hit rock bottom. It's like labor. Everybody must go through it. It's like, hey, I don't know what to call it in English, but in Venda they say, meaning there's no monkey or baboon that will die without climbing I don't know whether Luwa is a wall or what. But everybody has to do it for themselves, you know. You get what I mean? Olorato, I also lost my job and I was scared to start afresh, but eventually I had to pick up myself and now I'm starting my nail business and it's going so well. That's great, Olorato. That's great. Keep it up, my sister. You know, so yeah. You know, so there's nothing absolutely. The bed is coming. Yo, my sister. I'll be so happy if you can see my stress level is on 155,000. Yo, like I need if you have interior skills or background, please help me because I need to design this house in a way that it must look like a guys. I've suffered enough. This house better look like a hotel. By the time I'm done with it, it better look like a hotel. It better. We corner. Thank you so much. Looking beautiful from Kenya. Thank you so much. It better look like a hotel by the time I'm done with it. I'm proud of you. I want to absolutely. Yo, please, my sister. We need to make some serious moves before I go crazy. Imagine, you see that pump that I saw, I must go. Even this couch, before I watch Netflix here, I must make sure this couch I pumped it because it's supposed to be 2. And when I'm done pumping like this, somebody says, Perseverance, I'm so disappointed in you. I thought you were a girl's girl. I thought if I ask you for help, my rent will be paid, my child's school fees will be paid. My sister. Hey, Jesus. Anyway, I think we've come to the life has reached saturation. Eh? I think the life has reached saturation because I think we've already spoken about what we wanted to speak about, which is the issue of protecting our children even when they're doing criminal activities and how we are doing as a country, you know, after everything that's just happening, which is not new to us, by the way, and we never get used to it, you know. Just because it has happened once, it has happened twice, it doesn't mean that we must get used to it. It's not a norm, it shouldn't be. And we will not get tired of speaking, of toy-toying, of saying justice, you know, until things change and until we feel safe, you know. We must never get tired. We will not die lying down, you know. Perseverance, oh, that's me. Anyway, guys, let me love you and leave you now. It's time for me to do girlfriend duties. I will see you guys on the flip side. God bless you and good night.